this is my approach to generative kind of art and how I do it. I find like what most people do is they take the same face and they just like change one element of it. And I like changing everything. I like trying to create a whole new character. So for smoke break characters, I was like, okay, they're all going to share this core. This is the only thing they're going to share. The hair. This time I'm going to build the ear into the hair. That way we don't get into like this the ear overlap the hair in a weird way. And I found that was a problem with a lot of stuff we used to do, and definitely in other people's art projects, like just the overlap of the hair. So I was like, the ear and the hair are going to be one piece. So that immediately makes everything easier. So you get things like this where you can do that without having to like worry about, oh, what if the ear is different and it overlaps differently. So it is what it is every time. And the beautiful thing about these guys is it's just all hand drawn in the moment. So it's like whatever I want it to be, it is. So and then I would color underneath. And just loose and rough, and so you don't have to worry. You just got to get it done. And that was the approach, just like the guys I used to work with at the factory. A little rough around the edges, but beautiful in their own way. So that's a hairstyle. That would be in the collection. Done. Do that, Fiverr. Then we go eyes. So and eyes are independent, and you can have many different eyes. Eyes sit on top. Let's do some new eyes. I don't really plot stuff out. I just let it tell me where to go. The character tells me where to go. I don't try to force anything. So there's some eyes. Give it some whites. Now this piece is off, so you're gonna definitely have to add a skin tone. Now this is where the problem used to lie if we tried to change skin tone and be like, oh man, you created this one tiny piece of skin tone. But I think now we've solved that problem where it's easier to change things all at once. I think we were also making it a lighter shade and then tinting it. I don't know. It seems to change all the time. We're constantly figuring out the new. But there's a set of eyes, there's a set of hair. This is a whole new character being birthed. Mouths. Yeah. Nose sits on the top layer. That way the mouth and the eyes can go underneath it. And that way you can have the little bit of three-dimensional, how it covers that one little eye. I find noses the hardest to figure out sometimes. Let's do a new mouth because there's only so many varieties before it just gets ridiculous. Let's make this guy. Oops, what am I doing? This guy looks pretty. This is like one of the guys at work that would just do what he's told. He doesn't really care. He's probably stoned. And he doesn't have much of an expression because he's just kind of getting through the workday. He wants to get home, watch Netflix. So we do a little bit of skin, so a little bit of overlap, and then a nose of some sort. Nose, you could add some shading to it, kind of bring it to life. Give it a little bit of shade underneath. And give it. Now you gotta watch because you can't get too close to the eye. This is the only part where you might maybe maybe keep it low, because if the eyes are up here, or maybe don't even do it. How about that? I changed my mind. I realized that that could cause problems. You put a piece of shadow here, the next eye is over it. It could be a disaster. So we're going to just go in. So we can turn off the head completely. That way we know where we are. We'll just do this. So give it a little bit of a highlight. All right, there's a new character. So this should work with everything. So let's try and change. Let's try and change the mouth. Okay, so I got lazy. I didn't color all the way on that nose, and then now I'm paying the price for it. So I really do have to color in all of it. You hear that, Fiverr? You can't leave things undone. I'm just doing this as an example. I would never do this in real life. I would make sure everything is perfect before I sent it off to anybody. I was trying to save some time, and you pay the price. So if you try to go too fast, you'll definitely screw something out. Just have to be mindful of how these things sit on top of each other. So that works. You can try different. Hair. See what happens. Now we were making the hair gray, so we could, when we bring it to our next program where we shuffle the traits, we can tint it to whatever we want. So gray we found is the best color to go with for that. So we have lots of options. But works. Work with all the mouths. Let's see. Yep. Yep. Oh. See? Once again, being lazy. Pay the price. Gotta make sure it goes all the way in. There we go. Honestly, it'd probably be fine if you went under, but whatever. And that's that. So there we go. A whole new set of traits. Call me.